You would think after 3 failed relationships, 1 engagement ring returned, and 30 years almost lived, I'd have figured out what I want. But here I am, making a damn list like it's going to fix me. Number 1, go to Paris. Number 2, learn to dance without stepping on toes. Number 3, make peace with mom. Number 4, kiss a stranger with 0 expectations. Number 5, fall in love, only if it doesn't make me smaller. God, that one sounds dramatic, but I mean it. No more shrinking to fit someone else's dream. This time it has to be mine. My list, my rules.
That last one, number 5, fall in love, only if it doesn't make me smaller. That's bold, and oddly poetic for someone scribbling in a cafe like she's plotting revenge or publishing a manifesto.
You were eavesdropping?
Not exactly. More like, accidentally inspired. Plus, you were talking loud enough for the croissants to judge you.
Maybe I wanted them to. Croissants have great taste in people. But seriously, I'm writing a list. Not for anyone else. Just for me. I turn 30 in 3 months. I want to do a few great things before then. The kind of things I used to wait for someone else to do with me.
Sounds like you've had your fill of passengers. Now you're the one driving?
Exactly. And before you say anything cliché like sometimes the best journeys are the ones you don't plan, let me stop you. I've heard it all. This isn't a romantic comedy.
Fair. But sometimes the script writes itself. For what it's worth, I'm not here to derail your list. I actually admire it. Most people write to-do lists for groceries. You're listing out a transformation. That takes guts.
And what do you list? Mysterious man next to my table?
I list reasons not to quit my job every Monday. I list podcast ideas I never record. I list people I wish I'd apologized to but never did. My lists are messy, but honest.
Honest is rare.
So is a stranger letting you in on the blueprint of their rebirth. So, what's number 6?
I don't know. Or maybe I will just add talk to a stranger who reads me too easily.
Or, meet someone not on the list, but maybe supposed to be there all along.
Careful. You're sounding dangerously like a plot twist. You think highly of yourself, don't you? Next thing you'll tell me is that you're a misunderstood musician who secretly rescues puppies and writes poetry in your spare time.
Close. I'm actually a graphic designer who sings poorly in the shower and once fostered a 3-legged cat named Justice.
You're serious?
Dead. Justice was a menace, but she taught me patience, and how to sleep with one eye open. And for the record, I only said plot twist because you seem like someone who doesn't stumble into things. You curate your life. Me showing up? That was unplanned. That's the twist.
I used to think I had to curate everything. Perfect job, perfect partner, perfect plan. But somewhere between my ex breaking up with me with a podcast episode and realizing I hadn't laughed in 6 months, I just said, screw the plan. That's how the list was born. Not out of ambition, but desperation. A last-ditch attempt to feel like me again before I become someone I won't even recognize at 30.
I get that. I just turned 30 in June, and the first thing I felt wasn't excitement, it was grief. Grief for the dreams I didn't chase. The conversations I never had. I had this moment in my apartment where I looked around and thought, is this it? Is this who I've decided to be forever? And that scared the hell out of me.
Wow, you really went there.
You opened the door. I just walked in.
You know what's funny? Everyone makes turning 30 sound like this huge crisis. But no one tells you that the real panic isn't about getting old. It's about waking up and not recognizing your own reflection, figuratively and literally.
Or waking up next to someone who doesn't know the real you because you never showed them. I did that for 2 years. Played the version of me I thought she wanted, until I didn't know which version was real anymore.
Let me guess. She wanted a safe guy, clean haircut, steady paycheck, no surprises.
Exactly. She wanted a spreadsheet. I'm more like a messy sketchbook with coffee stains.
I think I dated your twin. Mine wanted a smiling wallpaper version of me. No sad days, no career shifts, just good hair and gratitude.
Maybe that's why we ended up here, talking to strangers in cafes, making lists instead of commitments.
Maybe. Or maybe we're just figuring it out in real time. No apologies.
You met a guy at a cafe, and already you're putting him in your list story arc? Are we officially living in a Netflix series now?
No, he's just interesting. I don't know. It's been a while since someone made me laugh without trying to sell me essential oils or a startup idea.
Okay, fair. But Leah, are you actually doing this list? Or are you just writing things down to feel like you're making changes?
I want to do it, Nora. I need to. I've lived too cautiously, stayed in lanes that didn't even have my name on them. So yeah, I'm doing the list. In fact, I'm starting today.
Which one?
Item 1. Say yes to something stupid.
Like texting that Ethan guy?
Like saying yes to his text just now, asking if I want to try a salsa dance class at 4 p.m. No prior experience. Zero rhythm. Utter humiliation guaranteed.
Girl, that definitely qualifies as stupid. You better wear deodorant.
You know, I always thought the big life changes would come with some sort of sign, like fireworks, or a dramatic monologue, but today, it was just music and my sweaty palms trying to grip your hand without knocking us both over.
Life rarely gives monologues, just awkward transitions and weird dance moves.
Today felt like Chapter 1, like something started. I don't know what yet, but it feels alive, and for the first time in a long time, so do I.
Then maybe today wasn't about checking off an item, maybe it was about realizing you don't have to do it all alone. I'm not saying I'm part of your story yet, Leah, but I wouldn't mind being around to see how it unfolds.
Then we keep it simple, no labels, no pressure, just say yes to stupid things.
Starting with dinner?
Only if we get dessert first.
You've got everything on here, from cliff jumping to skinny dipping, but not a single mention of something boring like get a mortgage or settle down with a golden retriever. You're seriously trying to knock all of these off before 30?
Exactly. And the rules are simple. I don't get to repeat old habits. I don't get to play it safe. And I definitely don't get attached to anyone who isn't part of the plan. It's about freedom. About closing chapters I left half written and writing new ones with me at the center this time.
I get that. Honestly, it's kind of amazing. Most people run from their unfinished stories. You're facing them head on with a pen in one hand, and fries in the other. Brave. A little chaotic, but brave. But what about this one? Take a risk for love. Is that something you actually want? Or was that a romantic moment of self-delusion while crying over wine and sad love songs?
I wrote that one the night after my engagement ended. I was sitting on the kitchen floor in my mom's robe, mascara streaking down like a horror film, when I realized I never took a single emotional risk in that relationship. I loved Julian like I was waiting for permission, like I was trying to be the right woman instead of just being me. I want something different now, something I'm not afraid to lose.
Don't look now, but I think the ghost of boyfriends past just walked in.
What?
I didn't come here to cause trouble, Leah. I swear. I didn't even know you'd be here tonight, but once I saw you, I realized I couldn't leave without speaking to you. I'm not here to win anything back. I'm not here with flowers or apologies rehearsed in the mirror. I needed to see you, face to face, one last time.
Funny, you had all the chances in the world to see me, to talk, to explain, but instead, you ended things over dinner, in front of my family, with zero warning. You shattered the life I thought we were building like it was something you could just unchoose. And now, what? Months later, you walk into a restaurant and act like this is fate? Julian, if you're here to clear your conscience, save it. I'm not your priest. I'm the woman you left standing with printed vows and shaking hands.
I know, and every word you just said. I deserve all of it. I wasn't the man I should have been. I was drowning in pressure, expectations, not just from the world, but from myself. I didn't leave because I stopped loving you, Leah. I left because I was terrified that one day, you'd wake up next to someone you didn't recognize. Someone bitter, broken, trapped. I couldn't bring that into your life. But the way I left, I've regretted that every single day. I'm leaving the country next week. I have a new job, new life. But I couldn't go without giving you what I should have given you then, a real goodbye.
I don't know what you want from me, Julian. Closure? Forgiveness? Permission to move on with a clean heart? I spent months trying to understand why the man who claimed to love me couldn't even tell me he was unhappy. I tortured myself with self-doubt, self-blame, and silence. And now you're asking me to wave you off with grace? To release you from your guilt while I still carry the shards of your absence in my ribcage?
I'm not asking you to heal me, Leah. I'm asking you to free yourself. You have this incredible light in you, one that even I couldn't dim, no matter how badly I screwed up. You're doing this thing now, this list, this new chapter. I saw it in your eyes. Letting go of me doesn't mean erasing the pain. It means refusing to let it write your next page.
Then consider this the final line in your chapter. Go, live your life. Just know you broke something I worked hard to rebuild myself.
So, Julian, ghost of your past. That was a hell of a plot twist. You okay?
Yeah, surprisingly, it felt like stitching a wound closed that's been bleeding for too long. I didn't get justice, but I got peace. And maybe that's better. I didn't scream at him. I didn't crumble. I stood there, holding my own heartbreak, and told him the truth for the first time since he left. I felt like I was the one walking away, not the girl left behind.
You're kind of a badass, you know that?
I'm just a woman with a list, and for once, the list isn't about running from anything, it's about choosing me. So, you're telling me you ghosted this man after 3 months of non-stop texting, daily voice notes, Sunday market strolls, and a shared Spotify playlist? Nora, you basically built a relationship from scratch and then vanished like a magician in Paris.
Oh please, don't make it sound romantic. It wasn't. I panicked, okay? He got too into me, too fast. He started asking questions like, where do you see yourself in 5 years, and what would you name your kids? I mean, we hadn't even slept together yet. That's not love, Mel, that's a trap. A full-blown, honey-coated, emotionally manipulative trap.
You do realize most people would call that intentions, right? Not manipulation? You keep saying you want love with substance, but the second it shows up with flowers and a savings plan, you start running like it's the apocalypse.
Maybe I'm just scared that if someone sees all of me, the messy, ambition-chasing, self-sabotaging parts, they'll walk away. So, I leave first. It's my only superpower, leaving before I'm left.
You are something else.
Nora, I still don't know what happened. Was it something I said? Something I didn't? You said I made you feel safe, but you left without a goodbye. I don't want closure. I want the truth, Em.
If I told you the truth, you'd never look at me the same again.
Nora? Didn't think I'd run into you in the grief aisle.
Technically, it's trauma, but I guess the genres overlap now.
They always did, especially with us.
I thought you moved to Boston. Got that fellowship you always wanted?
I did, and I took it. But I'm back now. Temporary consulting work. Figured I'd find solace in familiar things. Books, rain, unfinished stories.
So this is a coincidence?
Nora, if I believed in coincidences, we wouldn't have lasted as long as we did. You were never an accident. Just a closed door I never understood how to reopen.
You want the truth? I didn't ghost you because I stopped loving you. I ghosted you because loving you made me feel like an imposter in my own skin. You gave me everything I said I wanted, and I couldn't hold it. It felt like I was suffocating under your faith in me.
You could have said that. You could have said anything. I deserved at least that.
You're right. You did. But I was selfish. Or scared. Or maybe both. You were light and structure and plans, and I was still trying to figure out why I kept choosing chaos.
You always made chaos look beautiful. I thought I could anchor you. Maybe I mistook rescuing you for loving you. That's on me.
You didn't try to rescue me. You tried to save a version of me that I never fully grew into. So, what now? We pretend this was a chance meeting and go back to our lives? Or do we keep circling each other like unfinished sentences?
I don't know, Nora. All I know is seeing you here makes me realize how much I wanted closure, and how much I feared getting it.
Page 147. I underlined something you once read aloud to me when I had a panic attack at 3 a.m. Maybe it'll still mean something.
I don't want to look at that. I don't hate you, Nora. I wish I did. It would be easier.
I don't hate me either. But I'm still learning how to forgive the girl who walked away.
Maybe we're not a love story. Maybe we're just a lesson.
Or maybe we're a sequel. What? Someone looks like they've just stepped out of a very intense therapy session. What's the occasion? Or wait, let me guess. You finally joined that secret society of emotionally unavailable men, who dress well to compensate for their fear of commitment?
I'm going to a pitch meeting. Big client. If it lands, it could move my agency from barely surviving to, not so pathetically surviving. I figured I'd dress like someone who believes in his own potential. Fake it till you make it, right? But what about you? You're still in yesterday's nightwear. Either you're having a cozy morning, or your brain hasn't accepted it's Thursday yet.
You know, I used to love mornings. Had this fantasy that I'd wake up next to someone who made pancakes, read poetry, and loved jazz. But then life happened and now, here I am, making eggs for a guy who thinks toast is a food group. Look, Jayden, we are sharing space, but I'm still figuring out what this whole co-living thing means. I didn't expect you to be considerate, or interesting, or God forbid, actually insightful. It's messing with my balance.
You know what's weird? I moved in thinking it'd be a pit stop. Just temporary noise between old wounds and new plans. But you, this place, it's not chaos. It's controlled madness, with laughter, and eggs, and weirdly deep conversations at 2 a.m. You're not what I expected either, which is confusing, because I've spent a long time building a life where no one surprises me anymore, and now here you are, breaking every rule I didn't realize I'd written.
Okay, spill it. You've been staring at your screen for 20 minutes and the last time you did that, it was because you accidentally texted a voice note of you sobbing to your ex. What's going on?
I made a list, Mel, before I turned 30. Things I had to do before I settled down. Like travel solo, kiss a stranger in another country, quit a job that made me miserable. I was supposed to live outside the lines before folding into the traditional mold. But this guy Jayden, he's not on the list. He's not even near the list. Yet he's in my kitchen, in my playlists, in my head. And now I'm wondering, maybe the list was never the plan. Maybe it was just protection.
Protection or not, sometimes we write lists thinking they'll save us from pain. Like structure will keep us safe. But life doesn't care about bullet points. Love? Definitely doesn't. If this Jayden guy is making you question everything, maybe he's not a detour. Maybe he's the destination your list couldn't imagine. Or maybe he's the lesson before the real thing. But either way, you owe it to yourself to feel it. All of it. Not just tick boxes.
Hello everyone, if you are enjoying this story, please consider subscribing for more tales like this. Thank you.
I still don't get how you make that kind of mess look intentional. I'd spill a little paint and it'd look like a crime scene. You throw colors at a canvas and suddenly it's emotion, pain, desire, or something equally poetic I don't have the vocabulary for.
That's the difference between surviving and creating. Ethan, you live in the logic lane. You want things to make sense. Straight lines, clean decisions, exit signs. Me? I live in the blur. I'm not painting to make sense of things. I'm painting because if I stop, I'll feel too much. And right now, feeling everything is a little dangerous, even with the caffeine you kept bribing me with.
You know, I brought that coffee not just to bribe you, but to remind you that you're not as invisible as you think. You talk about danger like it's some beast living under your bed, but maybe it's not danger you're scared of. Maybe it's the possibility that someone could actually be real. That someone might see you, paint stains, chaos, flaws and all, and not flinch.
And what if that someone does see it all? What then? What if I let them in, show them the broken frame I call a heart, and they realize I'm just a girl who once loved someone who didn't stay? I'm not a romantic subplot in someone's story. I'm a full-blown mess, Ethan. And if you're going to stand there and pretend you want to understand me, be careful. Because people like me, we don't do halfway. We burn, and we bruise, and we don't come with return policies.
Leah, do you know how hard it is to find someone who feels everything that deeply? The world is full of people who numb themselves with shallow conversations and short-lived flings. But you feel in brushstrokes and silence. I'm not here because I want simple. I've had simple. I've walked away from safe and predictable. I'm standing here because there's something in you that makes me want to stay in the fire, not run from it.
Sometimes I wonder what it would be like to meet someone before the damage, before the disappointments, before the betrayals. You know, a clean slate. I envy those who fall in love without fear. But maybe that's naive. Maybe the strongest love doesn't come clean. Maybe it comes from two people who've both bled, and choose to stay anyway.
You say that like you're too broken to be loved. But I see it differently. I think the cracks are where the truth lives. You don't need someone to fix you, Leah. You need someone who won't flinch when the light hits the fracture lines. And if I'm being honest, I didn't come to your studio today just for coffee or conversation. I came because I wanted to know what it feels like to be in your orbit, even if just for a moment longer.
Ethan, I didn't expect you. Not like this. You were supposed to be a moment, a distraction. But every time you walk into my space, I forget how to breathe without it meaning something. I don't know what this is yet, and I'm scared it'll consume us before we even begin. But part of me wants to fall anyway.
You do realize reading a book upside down doesn't make you mysterious, right? You look like a confused villain in a soap opera.
Maybe I'm trying to impress the gorgeous woman judging me from behind a screen. Or maybe I'm just trying to decode the part of your brain that read books by emotional trauma level.
I do not. Okay, fine, maybe I do. But listen, that one close to you? Things we never got over? That's where I cried so hard, I got a headache and texted my ex I forgive you by accident.
You forgive too easily. That's dangerous in this city. Some people will take your softness and twist it into a game. Use your kindness like currency.
That sounds personal. Have you been someone's game before?
No, I was the game. Once, before I met you, I was someone else entirely. I worked in finance. Cold suits, colder heart. There was a girl, Alyssa. We were engaged. She was ambitious, brilliant, and manipulative in ways I couldn't see until I was already drowning. She didn't love me. She loved the idea of winning me. I didn't walk away. I was left behind, humiliated, broken, and worse. I stayed for too long, trying to fix it.
That's why you hesitate when things feel easy. That's why you joke before you feel. Jayden, you don't need to explain the past to me like it's a crime. We've all been burned. But hiding it doesn't keep it from showing in your eyes.
There's more. Alyssa, she found me last week, reached out, said she's in the city, wants to grab coffee and talk. I didn't tell you because I didn't know if I wanted to see her or shut the door forever. And maybe that makes me an idiot, but I owed you the truth.
Jayden, listen to me. You don't owe me explanations, but you do owe yourself peace. If you think there's a part of you still tangled in that chapter, you need to face it. Not for her, not even for me. For you. But just know, if you walk into that meeting still half in this, and half in what we are building, I won't wait on a heart that hasn't chosen me.
You're not on a list, Nora. You're the reason I stopped writing one. Every time you laugh at something stupid I say, or call me out on my walls, or look at me like I could actually be someone worth trusting again, I want to believe I'm more than what I was. But I'm scared. Not of her, of losing whatever this is with you, before I even get to call it real.
Then don't lose it. Make a choice. Just know that if you do walk out that door, when you come back, if you come back, I won't be in the same place, waiting with open arms. Because I've got my own list too, Jayden. And heartbreak isn't on it anymore.
Still late, even after all these years. Some things never change.
Or maybe I've just stopped rushing toward things that destroy me.
Touché. You've found your voice. I like it. You look tamer, a little softer. Civilian life suits you. So, let's not waste time. Why'd you come?
You called me, said you wanted to talk. I'm listening. That's it. That's all this is.
I wanted to see what the world did to you. Turns out, it didn't do enough. I see pieces of him in you. The man who made me feel like I was holding fire in my hands. The man who shattered me when he chose mediocrity over ambition. And now here you are, sipping black coffee like a reformed addict, pretending you're better off.
You didn't come here for coffee. You came to poke old wounds and check if I'd still bleed for you. But I won't. That part of me, he's gone.
He's not gone. He's buried. There's a difference. Let me ask you something. This girl you're seeing now, Nora, right? You think she knows the real you? The version that could manipulate boardrooms, negotiate million-dollar mergers, make CEOs sweat? The man who knew power, who took what he wanted without apology?
Nora doesn't need to see that version, because she doesn't want power games or ego contests. She wants truth, real, messy, flawed. And maybe that scares you because with me, you only ever knew performance.
So that's it? You're suddenly a reformed man because you're dating a woman who reads poetry and wears vintage sweaters? Jayden, please. You don't belong in a romance novel. You belong at the head of the table, beside someone like me.
You always knew how to build a moment. Say just enough to crack someone open. But I've outgrown you, Alyssa. That's why I came. Not to be seduced, not to be flattered, but to confirm that walking away from you wasn't weakness. It was freedom.
You're still a coward, Jayden. Running from who you are. You can dress it up in healing and vulnerability, but at the core, you're terrified that someone like me will always hold your truth in her hands. And maybe, I still do.
No, you hold a version of me that doesn't exist anymore. And I pity you, Alyssa, because you're still stuck in that world, where love is a contract, and people are assets. I wish you peace, but I won't let you haunt mine.
I told myself I wouldn't show up. But then I realized something. I wasn't worried about her. I was worried about you. That maybe you'd fall back into a comfort zone that doesn't deserve you.
She tried. She made her move. But it's like watching your shadow try to argue with the sun.
So, is this it? Is your past done chasing you?
It's done. And for the first time, I want what's ahead more than what's behind.
That's a start.
You thought I'd walk away, Jayden? That I'd let your little redemption story play out uninterrupted? You don't know me at all. This isn't about love anymore. It's about making sure you remember who holds the match when it all burns down.
I've sent everything you asked for. His old contracts, financials, even the internal memo he never knew they kept. It's enough to get him blackballed from half the firms in New York.
Perfect. The clean-cut version of Jayden dies tonight. Tomorrow, we remind him what he used to be, and what he still owes.
You sure you want to go this far? I've seen vendettas before, but this feels personal.
Oh Dominic, it is personal. Jayden made me believe we were building an empire. He let me taste power, then replaced me with a woman who probably journals in cursive and calls herself an empath. This isn't revenge, it's justice.
And Nora? What happens when she gets caught in the middle?
Collateral. If she wanted a quiet life, she shouldn't have fallen for a man with blood on his resume. You always chop onions like they owe you money.
That's because I've always hated crying, even if it's over something as stupid as a vegetable.
I like this version of you, the one who slows down, who breathes. I know that part of you has claws, Jayden, but I also know you're learning to sheath them.
It's easy to feel human around you. I spent years performing strength. With you, I'm learning it's okay to just be.
No matter what your past holds, I'm here. I just hope no one tries to pull you back into a world you've already left.
Once this is out there, there's no turning back. Jayden's entire rep, his future, this will shatter it.
Good. Sometimes people need to be broken to remember who holds the glue. But we won't release it. Not yet. Let's give him a choice. Let him beg.
So this is blackmail now?
No. This is a test. If he wants his shiny new life, he can keep it, but only if he walks away from Nora. Publicly, brutally, and he'll have to tell her why, that she was just a rebound, that she was never enough, that she was forgettable.
You're cold.
I'm the woman he underestimated. Choose wisely, Jayden. Love or legacy. You can't have both.
She is going to destroy everything. I know you've been somewhere else lately, Leah. Even when you're here, I feel like I'm reaching for someone who's slipping through my fingers. Talk to me, please. I'm tired of guessing what you're thinking.
You're not wrong. I have been distant, but it's not because I don't care. God, Ethan, that's the part that's making this so damn hard.
Then what is it? If you care, if we matter, why do you feel so far away?
Because I've been offered something in Berlin, a residency, 3 months, fully paid. The gallery wants to showcase my work. It's everything I've worked towards: validation, exposure, a real chance.
Berlin? When were you going to tell me?
I was afraid that saying it out loud would make me lose you, and I didn't want to choose between love and my art, between staying and flying.
You shouldn't have to choose, but I can't pretend this doesn't hurt. I finally find someone who fits, someone who makes the noise stop, and now you're leaving?
I'm not asking for forever, Ethan, just 3 months. Let me do this. Let me chase what I've bled for, and when I come back, if you're still here, I'll choose you with everything I have.
You think I can put myself on pause for you? Just wait, not knowing what Berlin will make you feel, who it'll make you meet. I gave up a lot to open my heart to you, Leah, and now you're giving me a ticket to limbo.
Then be honest, Ethan, would you rather I stay and resent you every time I look at a blank canvas, or go and come back whole, knowing I didn't run from the one chance I had?
I'd rather you stay and choose us, but I won't clip your wings, Leah. That's not love, that's fear, and I don't want to be that guy.
Then let me go without hating me for it.
I could never hate you, but don't expect me not to ache every second you're gone.
Ethan, you made me believe in love again. Don't forget that while I'm gone.
Just come back to me.
Set up the gallery today. Exhausted but fulfilled. Wish you were here.
You wish I was there, huh? Funny, I kept wishing you'd never leave in the first place. Come in. Camille, wait, what the hell are you doing here? I haven't seen you in 3 years.
Wow, still dramatic.
I mean, I guess I'm curious enough to risk it.
You still paint like a madman. Good to see something hasn't changed.
Lots of things haven't. I still stay up too late, still drink red wine I can't pronounce, and apparently, still attract ghosts from my past.
I'm not here to haunt you, Ethan. I came because, I don't know, I was in town. I saw your name on an exhibit flyer, and I realized, it didn't make me angry anymore, just curious, about how you're really doing.
You don't get to pop up like this, not after you left without a goodbye, Camille. You disappeared like a scene change. I woke up one day and all your stuff was gone.
And you think that didn't destroy me too? You made me feel invisible, Ethan, like I was just background noise in your pursuit of whatever masterpiece you were trying to create. I wasn't angry when I left. I was numb, tired, starved of attention.
You should have said something. You think I'm a mind reader? I was juggling my gallery deadlines, sponsors breathing down my neck, and trying to keep us afloat. But no, you didn't even fight. You just left. Like I wasn't worth the conversation.
Maybe I was scared you'd talk me into staying, that you'd give me just enough emotion to believe again, and then go back to the version of you who never looked up from his canvas long enough to notice I was fading.
So what now? You come back to see if the fire still burns? Camille, I'm not that man anymore. At least, I'm trying not to be. I'm with someone. Leah.
I figured. I saw a picture in one of your interviews. She's stunning. But from the look of this place, and the wine on the floor, something tells me she's not here right now.
She's in Berlin. For her art. I told her to go. I wanted her to chase it. Thought I was being supportive. Turns out, I'm just here trying not to drown in the silence.
You love her, don't you?
More than I ever knew I could love someone. And yet, every part of me feels like I've already lost her.
Then fight for her, Ethan. Tell her what you're too proud to say. Before time does what it always does, steal away second chances.
You always did know how to make your point sound like poetry.
You taught me that. Now use your words, Ethan, before regret becomes your next masterpiece. You know, I didn't come here to restart anything. I just wanted to be sure I wasn't a villain in your memory. That maybe I mattered once, even if it ended badly.
You mattered, Camille. You always did. We just got lost. In timing, in expectations, in fear. But you mattered.
Thank you. That's all I needed to hear.
This piece I saw today. It's like your heart exploded onto the canvas, but with restraint. Like you were screaming through a silk scarf.
That's the point. I've learned that vulnerability and silence aren't opposites, they're twins. One just wears louder shoes.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. You're Leah Rivers, aren't you? I'm Adrian. I co-curated the Undling Futures exhibit at Moore Gallery. I've been following your work since last year's exhibit in Cape Town.
I remember that gallery. They had walls that felt like they were watching you.
Exactly. I made them do that. Art should never let you feel alone, not even for a second.
You sound like a therapist disguised as a curator.
Only when the art needs translating. Or the artist needs reminding they're still human under all the genius. I've been watching you during the exhibit. Not in a creepy way, more like anthropological fascination. You always look like you're trying to float, but something's tying your ankle to the ground.
That something is 5,000 miles away, with paint under his fingernails and a voice that feels like home. But lately, that home's been awfully quiet.
So the silence is starting to sound like permission.
I didn't say that.
You didn't have to. I see you, Leah. Not the version you perform at galleries or interviews. I see the woman who's tired of being someone's afterthought. Even when he loves her. Especially when he loves her.
Do you always psychoanalyze your artists this way?
Only the ones who deserve more than they've been settling for.
Wish I could hold you right now. I miss us, Ethan.
Ethan isn't a bad man. He's just emotionally fluent in a language I never learned. And I'm tired of translating my needs into silence he might understand.
That exhaustion you're feeling? That's your heart asking you to come home to yourself. Maybe Berlin wasn't just a career move. Maybe it was an escape.
You talk like you've been where I am.
I have. I was engaged once. To a dancer. Fiery, magnetic. She loved me with every tendon in her body, but I only loved her with my mind. And when she left, I realized comfort isn't love. It's just the absence of risk.
Are you saying I should leave him?
I'm saying, if you stay with someone out of guilt, or history, or hope that someday he'll become who you need, you'll be leaving yourself, every day, just a little more.
Maybe love isn't always enough. Maybe, sometimes letting go is the only way to find yourself again.
It doesn't take a fire to burn someone down. Sometimes, all it takes is a whisper in the right ear. And I know exactly whose ear to whisper into. Hey Cam, got a second? I wasn't gonna say anything, but I saw something today that just didn't sit right with me. And I thought, if I don't tell you, who will?
Alyssa, it's literally midnight. What's so urgent it can't wait until morning?
I wouldn't call this late if it wasn't serious. Look, I'm not trying to stir drama. I thought you'd want to know what's happening with Leah and Ethan. Especially considering how close you are to Leah. And you're managing her PR now, right?
What did you see, Alyssa?
There's a rumor swirling, screenshots popping up. Ethan's supposedly messaging some woman in LA, and it's not just friendly, flirty, suggestive. And I thought, if this blows up, it'll drag Leah with it. Right in the middle of her Berlin rise.
Do you have screenshot?
Already sent it. I'm not saying it's true, but perception is everything, Camille. One wrong move and Leah's image becomes the heartbroken artist with a messy love life. Again, I figured you'd want to get ahead of it.
Jesus, this looks bad, but Ethan's never been reckless like this.
People change. Or maybe, he just got better at hiding it. Either way, Leah deserves to know. But maybe not from me.
Cam, thank God, the Berlin Times just approved the headline. It's all happening. My name's about to be on the cover in 2 countries.
Leah, we need to talk. And you're not going to like this.
What's wrong? Did the sponsor back out again?
No, this has nothing to do with the gallery. It's Ethan. Check your phone.
What is this? This can't be real. Ethan wouldn't. I just talked to him 2 nights ago. He told me he missed me.
I wanted to believe that too, but this screenshot's already spreading. And you know how fast these things mutate. If it turns into a scandal, it'll hit your brand, your campaign, your funding.
Who sent this?
Alyssa. She said she didn't want to get involved, but felt you had a right to know.
Of course she did. Of course it's her. She doesn't just dig graves. She brings the shovel, hands you the map, and offers to cry at the funeral. She's been circling Ethan since the day we started dating. Always showing up at the wrong time with the right smile. Camille, you know Ethan. He wouldn't risk this. Not now. Not with how hard we've been trying.
Then prove it. Talk to him. If this is sabotage and it feels like it is, the sooner you confront it, the sooner we take her down with it.
Leah, God, it's so good to hear from you. I was just thinking about you.
Don't do that. Don't act like everything's fine when the internet thinks you're cheating on me with a woman in LA.
What? What are you talking about?
This is what's circulating. Someone's painting you as the villain. And guess who handed the brush? Alyssa.
This is fake. Leah, I swear to you on everything, I've never seen this woman, never messaged her. Someone edited this. It's manipulation.
Then why does it feel so real? Why does part of me believe it could be true?
Because we're tired, Leah. And when people are tired, even lies start to sound like truth. But you know me. You know me.
I want to. God, I want to.
You know, they're all trying to interpret the meaning. But I think the silence between the brushstrokes says more than the colors ever could.
Is that your way of flirting? Or are you always this poetic around people you are meeting for the second time?
Not really. What about what we spoke about the other time? Are you willing to give us a try, or you are still going to stick with Ethan?
I don't know yet. A lot have been going through my mind lately and I haven't had the time to decide yet. Ethan hasn't done anything wrong. It's just complicated.
Then no pressure. Just take your time to think things through. No expectations. Just art, stories, and maybe a moment away from everything else.
You disappeared right after the exhibit. Everything okay? Your piece was getting all the buzz.
It was a lot. I needed a breather. And I met someone.
Someone? Like a critic or a buyer?
Neither. Adrian. He owns a gallery. We talked about my art. He said it spoke to him. Said I was hiding stories in the brushstrokes.
Well, he's not wrong. You've got entire novels in those canvases.
You're not jealous?
Should I be? Look, I've always known you were meant for bigger places, Leah. If someone recognizes that and wants to elevate your work, good. You deserve that.
It's not just about the gallery, Ethan. He listened. Really listened. Not as someone trying to fix me or plan for me, but just saw me. I didn't even realize how much I missed that.
Leah, I'm not blind. I know we've been dancing around something that's bigger than both of us. But whatever you're searching for, recognition, escape, clarity, it doesn't have to be with someone new just because it feels different.
This isn't about romance. Not really. It's about who I am when I'm not with you or Nora or wrapped in this bubble. I need to know I can still stand alone.
Then stand. But don't run away from the people who've seen you at your worst and still stayed.
So Leah met a deep-thinking gallery guy named Adrian. Apparently, he's all poetic stares and late-night cappuccino invitations.
That sounds harmless until you realize he probably owns 3 turtlenecks and writes haikus at 2 a.m.
I just don't want her running towards something because she's trying to feel less invisible. Ethan sees her, he really does. But maybe he's forgotten how to show it.
Sometimes we don't need a new person. We need someone to remind us of who we've always been, without the noise. Leah, I don't even know how to start this letter without sounding like a cliché. But here I am, scribbling words I'll probably never send, because saying them out loud feels impossible. And maybe it's too late. Maybe the moment passed when I let silence take up space between us instead of love.
Should I call Ethan? Or text him? No, I can't.
You once told me you felt more seen through a lens than in a room full of people. That broke me, because all this time, I thought I was doing enough. Standing beside you, loving you in my quiet, steady way. But maybe that wasn't what you needed. You didn't need someone to hold your hand. You needed someone to hold your story, your storms, your contradictions, and not try to fix them. And I failed at that. I became part of the background noise. And now, there's Adrian. I don't hate him. I hate that he saw you when I forgot how to. I hate that he listened when I assumed you were okay. But mostly, I hate that I needed another man's presence to remember how to fight for you.
This could be your sanctuary. No rules. No timelines. No expectations. Just creation, Leah. Just you.
It's terrifying how much freedom scares me. Like I've spent so long fitting into other people's frames, I forgot how to hold the brush for myself.
Then let's change that. Start with one brush stroke. One truth. The rest will follow.
And what if that truth hurts someone else?
Truth always does. But lies wrapped in comfort, they rot the soul. Ethan may have been your safe place, but maybe now, it's time to be your own.
Your eyes look like they've been fighting with your heart again.
They're not on speaking terms right now.
So, Ethan? Or Adrian?
It's not about either of them. Not really. It's about the version of me that comes alive when I'm not shrinking. Adrian saw that version and said, create. Ethan saw it and said, be careful. I don't know which is love, Nora, or maybe they both are, just in different dialects.
One sees your light and wants to protect it. The other sees your fire and wants to feed it. But only you get to decide which one helps you grow.
And what if I choose wrong?
Then you choose again. But don't stay still out of fear. That's not who you are.
I was beginning to think you wouldn't come.
I figured I'd give you your moment. Say whatever you need to say, get it out of your system.
You know, I used to think you were smarter than this. Smarter than her. Smarter than falling for the fairy tale of true love. But here you are, risking your reputation, your company, your future. For Nora.
Funny, I thought you wanted a man who would fight for someone he loves. Isn't that what you used to say?
This isn't about love, Jayden. This is about survival, about power, and you're throwing it all away for a woman who doesn't even know how to play the game.
She doesn't play the game because she doesn't need to. That's what you never understood. Not everyone needs manipulation to win. Some of us still believe in loyalty, in choosing peace over chaos.
You think this is peace? I have emails, Jayden. I have photos. One press release from me and everything you've built becomes a scandal.
Then do it. Ruin me. Burn it all down if that's what you think you need to feel powerful again. But don't mistake my silence for fear. I'm not scared of you, Alyssa. I'm tired of you. You had your shot, and instead of building something real, you chose blackmail, whispers, and shadows. I chose Nora because she brings light. She challenges me without trying to destroy me. She doesn't need secrets to feel seen.
She's boring, predictable, safe.
She's real, and that's more dangerous than you'll ever be. The editor at Metro Buzz called again. He said he's ready to run the story tonight if you approve the final copy.
He chose her. After everything I laid in front of him, he still picked her. He thinks I won't pull the trigger. That I won't follow through.
Maybe it's not worth it anymore, Alyssa. If he walks away clean, without fighting back, what exactly are you trying to win?
I'm not trying to win. I'm trying not to be forgotten.
Then maybe it's time to build something that matters, not something that ruins.
You came?
I had to. I didn't want to be one of those people who lets silence answer for them.
Well, you were quiet for a long time.
I was afraid of what I felt, of how fast we moved, of how much you challenged me. You asked me to grow, Leah, and I wasn't ready then.
And now?
Now I know I can't go another day wondering what could have happened if I just showed up, if I just stayed. I've changed. Not for you, but because of you.
Ethan, you hurt me, and not just with your silence, but with your hesitation. I was all in. I needed someone who wouldn't flinch when things got messy.
I know, and if you never forgive me for that, I'll understand. But I didn't come here to beg. I came to remind you of what we started, of how alive we felt when we created, when we dreamed, when we were us. I came to see if there's still a door open.
Beautiful turnout. Your work hit something deep tonight.
Thank you. It means a lot coming from you.
I saw him tonight. The guy you told me about.
Ethan?
I could tell the energy shifted.
It's complicated.
Love usually is. But I didn't come to compete. I came to offer something else.
What's that?
A partnership. A studio residency in Amsterdam. 6 months. All expenses covered. You'd mentor, explore new mediums, exhibit internationally. Total creative freedom.
That's wow.
There's no catch. I believe in you, Leah. I always have. Whether you choose him or not, this offer stands. You don't have to choose between love and purpose. You can have both. Or neither. Just choose you first.
Wherever you are tomorrow, I'll respect your choice. Just know I never stopped believing in us, Ethan.
Leaving Berlin in the morning. If you're coming to Amsterdam, meet me at Hauptbahnhof at 10. Adrian.
Adrian. If I'm going to find myself, might as well do it surrounded by art, and someone who saw me even when I was still invisible.
So, Amsterdam?
Amsterdam.
Did I catch you waiting on someone else?
Just life, I guess.
She is not coming, is she?
No, and that's okay. She chose what made her feel whole. That's all I ever wanted for her.
Hey besties, if you know you love this video, please like and subscribe for more. Thank you.